Hello all. Today's our discussion is based on invoice verification. Okay. So what is the invoice verification? Let's discuss in this video session. Okay. Invoice verification against purchase order is covered in this course. The verification process is based on the purchase order and vendor invoice is accepted in the system. This course covers all the procurement made against purchase order, whether such procurement of goods, services, and capital goods. Acceptance of invoice creating the liability for the vendor to be paid in the books of accounts. Okay. So basically, once we are going to do invoice verification of the vendor, we need to do fill some input required field like invoice date, posting date, enter the invoice posting date, amount, enter the invoice amount, calculate tax. System automatically calculate the amount of tax on the basis of condition type, purchase order number, vendor purchase order number. Okay. So what is the accounting menu path? What is the SAP menu path is? Go in the logistic, material management, logistic, invoice verification, document entry, MIRO, enter invoice. Okay. So you need to execute the transaction. Either you need to execute the transaction code MIRO. There is a two option to go do invoice verification, MIRO or follow SAP menu path. You need to fill the company code, then click on the enter button. Okay. Then go in the next step. You need to fill the invoice date. Okay. Enter the input data in above below mentioned method. Invoice date, posting date, amount, enter the invoice amount, calculate the tax based on the condition type. For example, in my case, this is the invoice date. System automatically fills the current date, but it can be changed depending on the opening of the period. And the invoice amount is this. Now click on the check the box. Okay, this is the checkbox. Now fill the purchase order number. You need to enter a purchase order that corresponds with this invoice. Click purchase order button. For the example, PO number is this. You need to fill the purchase order number here. Okay. And once you fill the purchase order number, click on the enter, then the line item to the purchase order will be showing here. For example, test for material type ZRM and AMC of AC installation, and both the amount will be displaying here, and the respective tax code will be displayed here. Okay, this is your vendor code, this is your vendor, this is the amount payable including the tax, all the taxes. Okay, and this is the means this is the invoice amount, and once you click on the checkbox, the system will calculate the tax. Okay, getting my points. Now click on this simulate option, simulate button. Okay, once you click on the simulate button, system will calculate all the taxes and the components of this invoice. Okay, 13101, this is the vendor amount. Okay, ZRIR raw material clearing amount. This is GRIR services amount. Okay, excise duty paid on the input material is this 500 rupees. Education cess on excise duty is this. Secondary and higher education cess is this. Input VAT credit is this. Service tax clearing account is this. Service tax clearing account is this. Service tax clearing account is this. So these are the respective GLs. Okay, and these are the respective amount. Once you simulate, these are the component which goes in our books of account is this. Okay, this is the vendor amount. Okay, if everything is all right and your account officer will ensure to these entries, then post the vendor invoice. Click on the post button. The message bar display document number created. Okay, now display this invoice document. This is the SAP menu path, logistic, material management, logistic, invoice verification, further processing, MIR4, display invoice document. or directly execute the transaction code MIR4, enter the invoice document number and the fiscal year. Okay, this is the invoice document number and this is the fiscal year. Click on the enter. Okay, this is the invoice document number and system will show you this type of the document. Okay, invoice date, posting date, vendor invoice amount, and baseline date is this. This is the company code, this is the vendor code, these are the amount, these are the document number. Okay, now click on this follow on document. Once you click on this follow on document, then system will show you this type of the entry. Click on this accounting document button, display accounting document number which is generated at the time of the MIRO. Okay, once you click on this document, accounting document will be displayed. Okay, see, these are the accounting document, these are the profit center. Okay, these are the company code, the section and all. Okay, this is the vendor amount, GRIR raw material, GRIR clearing for the material, GRIR clearing for the services, excise duty paid on this, education cess on input tax, higher education cess ED input wax credit, value added tax, service tax clearing. Okay, service tax clearing is this. If the GST tax is applicable on these invoices, then GST tax will be showing you. I am showing you this example case before GST period. That's why at that time value added tax, service tax are there. So these things are showing here. Now click on the exit button or press F3 to return to the SAP easy access screen. Okay. So this is all about how to do invoice verification, MIRO. Okay. So this is very important transaction code. The field units will do this type of the activity frequently during the procurement process because this is a part of the procurement to pay process. Because once you will issue the purchase order regarding the requirement of the material or services, vendor is just supplied the material with respect to supplied the material or the services with respect to your purchase order. And once you receive the material, means once you have done good receipt for the material or service entry sheet, service verification for the services, then system will next generate the invoice verification or logistic invoice verification. Okay, then your accounts or finance team will do the invoice verification based on the services procurement or based on the material procurement. Then this part is very important. After that, the vendor liability created to be paid for the particular material or the services based on the invoice. Okay, so once the CDL or amount received from the headquarters, then the company will do the payment to the vendor. Okay, depending on this invoice document. Okay, so after the generating of the MIRO document, this document will send in the workflow to the competent authority. Competent authority will remove the restriction block for the payment. Once the R block is removed, the system will do the payment. Our central settlement cell or CSC cell will do the payment to the vendor. Okay. So this is all about. Thank you for watching this video. This is very important and basic video. Okay. Have a nice day.